Hi everybody. So I was sent a sample of this paper in the mail from Legion Paper, and I was really curious about this Yupo paper, and it's really not paper at all, but I guess it is, but it isn't, but it isn't, it's tree free. It's a polypropylene paper, so you can't rip it. I've tried. And it's waterproof, acid-free, there's natural pH, it's a natural pH, and it's a really smooth surface. And if you see here, I've already played around with it, and I was able to wipe this down back to its smooth surface, but there's residue of what I was doing, but I'm only using 70% rubbing alcohol, so I'm wondering if a stronger would actually lift that off more. I didn't work very hard, but I used permanent marker, and it lays down so well. So I think this is really meant for markers and ink, because my little battery of tests shows that anything that is alcohol based or heavy inks or heavy pigments will really lay on this very well. This is 144-pound paper, so it's really thick, very durable. I also wanted to cut a piece off to kind of see what that feels like, so I'm going to just cut this. And it feels like I'm just cutting plastic. So there's that. And it's really tough paper. So let's see what I can do with this piece here. So I've got this marker on it. Let's see what we can do. So we can kind of blend right on the paper, which is great. Let's try another color here. It's a bit too dark for that, but anyway. So these, these colors really play well with each other on this paper. And if I get some alcohol on a brush, let's see what happens. This is all experimental based. So you can actually blend them right on the paper, just like watercolors. And that's cool. I can't tip that in the water. Okay. So there's that, which is really cool in itself. That gives me like my mind blown, like I have all these ideas now. And then there's other things you can use, and these are Dr. P.H. Martin's India inks in different colors. And they also look really great on this too. Oh no, this one's not open. It's gonna be a mess. But if you're using dip pens, they work really well with dip pens too. This paper, of course, is waterproof, so it's gonna lay on the top for a long time until it dries. I am not a calligraphy person, so it's very sad. Sad looking calligraphy. It's not really calligraphy. But I want to see what this does. And it might be because I played with it underneath that it's doing that. Or it could be the ink. I don't know. But there's that. I found what I like the best is this ink, the Super Black Speedball ink. It sort of looks really cool. Let's see, just some cross hatching there. So there's just so much you can do with this paper. It really kind of opens the door to like all these different applications. And they say that you can use watercolors on them, this paper also, but I don't know. I think water-based anything. I don't know, let's give it a try. Kind of acts like it's more, you know, it pulls away from the surface a little bit because it's water. But I mean, you could use water colors, I guess. I'd use them more if I would use them, you know, not a pan watercolor, but right out of the tube. So there's just some very interesting effects you can do with this paper. It's recommended acrylics, watercolors, oil pastels, any alcoholic inks, all kind of pencils, and these free-flowing inks. I do have a Tombow, only in this light gray color, and it's waterproof. And it stays on there pretty well. I don't know if you can see that. But it's just for some shading. So that's cool. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, there's some pencil here. So this is some charcoal. And here is, I found if you're going to use watercolor pencils, because this is a watercolor pencil, get the paper wet first, and then you can do some really great effects with this, because there's a tooth to this paper. Can't really see it because it looks so smooth, but there's a very fine tooth to this paper. So there's that, and I think that's all I've got to show you for these, for what I have. Acrylics are also suggested. And the really cool thing about all of this is that you can wipe it off and start all over again. And I think that's, for someone who's a beginner like me, working with like different mediums and things, papers, it's just nice to be able to start all over again. This is 70% isopropyl alcohol that I have here, so it's not extremely strong. So even though there's still pigment on this paper, you could even work with it with, I don't know, acrylics, watercolors, or you could even just start all over again. So thank you, Legion Paper, for this excellent sample, and I can't wait to see what I can do with this. There's just so many ideas. I'm going to try to lock one down and do a little speed draw kind of thing after this. So thanks again.